What's your name?
Sean Hartquist.
Do you have any kids?
I have 2 kids.
How much influence do parents have on their children's education?
I think parents have a really big influence on their kids' education. I mean, if school is something you talk about a lot, or if you spend time talking to your kids at all about what they're doing in school, helping them when they get home, kind of letting them know how important education is, I think that the influence is pretty great.
Do you believe the way parents behave affect children?
Yeah, I think it's pretty huge, parent modeling this idea that kids are kind of looking at our behaviors, and if you yell at people, and if you swear at people, and if you treat people poorly, I think your kids pick up on that. Or if you do other things that might be negative, kids will pick up on that. But also, if they see that you treat people well, that you're courteous, you're kind, you're respectful, I think kids will pick up on. So that parent modeling, I think, is huge.
Yeah, that was sort of what my next question was going to be. It was like, do you think children inherit their parents' behavior and attitude?
I don't know about inherit. I think there are certain things there's certain things
that catch on to you.
Yeah, I think they definitely catch on to you. I mean, I think there are things that our kids are born with. Like when I see my daughters do things, I'm like, damn, that's something I would have done. Maybe that is something that they were born with, like a particular action or behavior. But at the end of the day, I think they really do focus on us, and if you spend a lot of time with your kids, they might begin to, mimic some of your behaviors, good or bad.
How important do you think connecting with your child is, and having them open up to you, or being able to communicate with them?
I think communication is really, really important. It's not easy though. I mean, if you have more, I have 2 daughters, right, and they're not the same, so one might open up more and the other one might open up less. That's just kind of how kids are. But I think the idea as a parent is that you're always open to communication, and that's important to you. You don't try to shut down communication. And there are times where your kids want to talk, and that's great. And there are times where they don't, and then you kind of have to understand that. So it's kind of, you have to be flexible, because kids don't always, it's like you guys don't always want to talk. And so you got to know when you don't want to talk, and then you kind of step away.
Do you think parents or children impact parents as well from the way they behave?
Yeah, I mean, how your kid is and how your kid is feeling and how they're behaving, it impacts life in the house for sure, right? If there's tension, if the kid is, depressed or sad, or if they're angry, that changes how the house is and how the house feels, and how you are with your spouse or with your other kids, it changes the whole dynamic. It's complicated.
Do you believe the way children act in school is related to how they act at home?
Or how they're treated at home?
It can be a factor. It can be a factor. I think kids do bring stuff that's happening to them at home. They can bring that to school. That does happen. And it's hard to get away from that. If something negative is happening to you at home, then it's hard for you to keep that out of school. I would think. Hey JP. Yeah, I think if you're really happy at home, then you're probably going to be happier at school. I will say though that school's difficult.